Warning, this video contains footage that may not be suitable for everybody. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey yo, injuries are a serious part of sports entertainment. I mean, no matter what sport you play, injuries will always be a concern. I mean, there's just no way around it. What's going on, guys? My name is OG the Beast, and today I want to discuss 5 career-ending injuries that changed NFL history forever. Some of these injuries, of course, you probably already know, which is why I like to give my opinion on it. It adds a little bit of a twist to it that I'm sure some of you guys enjoy. So please like, share, and subscribe, of course, if you're new, because remember, y'all, we on this 1K grind. Please, y'all, hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. Let's get this 1K. Drop my intro.
It's killer raps, we got the hottest staff. In 03, I made a dynasty like Robert Kraft.
Let's hop straight into it. Number 5, Johnny Knox. The 6-foot receiver for the Chicago Bears burst onto the scene back in 2009. He provided a spark for the franchise that was well needed at the time due to how thin the position was. I mean, Knox wasn't the best receiver in the league or anything close to that, but he was an important piece to the Bears and of course what they were trying to do. I'm sure if you ask most Chicago fans, they'll tell you the same. Good route runner, 4.3 speed, built with the ability to take the top off the defense. Knox was a hard guard to say the least. 2010 Pro Bowler who averaged 19.6 yards per catch, which was good enough to be second in the NFL at the time. But his career would unfortunately come to an end when he caught a simple pass but fumbled. And in an attempt to dive and recover the fumble, defensive lineman Anthony Hargrove would lay a hit on Knox and forced him out of the game. I actually made a video on Anthony Hargrove in the past about how he went from abusing drugs to becoming a Super Bowl champion. Very, very, very interesting story. If you want to watch that, the link will be in the description and should be at the top of your screen right now. But anyways, Knox would be diagnosed with a severe spinal injury, and that would be the last time Johnny Knox stepped on the football field. He was only in his 3rd season and showed signs of promise. Number 4, Bo Jackson. 3 ways to describe Bo Jackson: physically fit, brute strength, and God-given talent. Bo was actually taken with the 1st overall pick in the 1986 draft, but stayed another year in college because he refused to play for the Bucks. Damn, that's bogus as hell, y'all. So I guess the NFL teams didn't want to get bamboozled like the Bucks did, so when he finally decided to enter the draft for real this time, a year later, he wouldn't get selected until the 7th round by the Los Angeles Raiders. That's crazy. Bo would go on to be the only athlete in history to make an all-star game in both baseball and football. Y'all remember those Bo Knows commercials? I'm sure everybody at least heard about them if you ain't old enough to remember them. Those commercials is actually what made Bo Jackson a household name, but his career would be short-lived due to an injury on, ironically, a 34-yard carry for number 34. From the look of the tackle, it really didn't seem that bad, but if you pay close attention, you can see Bo immediately grab his left hip after his leg gets pulled from underneath him. He will walk off on his own and pop the dislocated hip back into place himself. Man, this dude was something else, I tell y'all. But in the midst of popping his own hip back into place, he would damage some blood vessels that were supplying blood circulation to that area. Doctors would diagnose Bo Jackson with a hip fracture, and he would be forced to retire from football after just 4 seasons. Now imagine if Bo never got hurt. Imagine if Bo put forth all his effort into football and didn't put any effort into baseball. He probably would have been the greatest running back of all time. Let me know down in the comments if y'all agree. Number 3, Michael Irvin. Known as the playmaker for his fearlessness to go up the middle and make an important catch, Michael Irvin was a very important piece of the Dallas Cowboys triplets. He, Aikman, and E. Smith would help carry the Cowboys to 3 Super Bowls in the 90s. Irvin is actually better than most people know. Me and my boy KB was having an argument one day at the bowling alley about Michael Irvin. He feels he's overrated, and I feel he doesn't get enough credit. Honestly, none of the 3 guys on this Cowboys team gets any credit that they deserve. That's just my opinion. If you think I'm speaking that nonsense, holla at me down in them comments, man, and this is coming from an Eagles fan, so you know it gotta mean something. But one of the points that I brought to his attention during that debate was the fact that Irvin had a year where he caught over 110 passes, over 1,600 yards, and 10 TDs. What makes this impressive is the fact that the Cowboys in the 90s, if you don't know, was known as a predominantly run-heavy offense. And he did this in a year in which Emmitt Smith had over 300 carries. You won't find another wide receiver with those numbers whose running back had over 300 carries in the history of the game. Irvin was a beast, but a routine tackle that forced him to land awkwardly would get him carted off the field and diagnosed with a spinal cord injury that would end his career. Yes, Irvin would play 11 seasons, which is plenty, but he still has some left in the tank. The previous year, he put up over 70 catches for over 1,000 yards. And with the core of the Cowboys splitting up a few seasons after his retirement, I want to bring something to you guys. What if he left like Emmitt Smith did, and he went to, let's say, the Packers with Brett Favre? Or what if he went to the Colts with a young Peyton Manning and a young Marvin Harrison? Hence what I'm saying is a more pass-happy offense. We could have potentially seen a Michael Irvin that we've never seen before. Because with the Cowboys, as good as he was, I still feel like he was held back a bit due to them being a run-heavy offense. But I guess his 11-year career with the prestigious franchise known as the Dallas Cowboys is part of the reason of what makes him who he is today. Number 2, Sterling Sharpe. Sterling Sharpe is the older brother of Hall of Fame tight end and Fox Sports analyst Shannon Sharpe. Pretty sure we all know Uncle Shay Sharpe. But some of y'all might not know his older brother, Sterling Sharpe. He was a straight dog. Hey yo, fun fact, he was actually born in Chicago. Him and Shannon. That's crazy. I ain't know that. Shout out to my city though. But Sharpe was a 5-time Pro Bowler, a 2-time touchdown leader, a 3-time All-Pro who piled up 595 catches, 8,134 yards, and 65 TDs in only 7 seasons. Let me put this into perspective for y'all. Chad Johnson? Yeah. Ocho Cinco? He's got 67 TDs in 11 seasons. That's just to let you guys know how great this feat is. He also set the single season record for catches in a season back in '92, and that year he became one of only 3 players since the merger to win the Triple Crown, leading the league in receptions, TDs, and yards. Something only 2 guys have done since the merger, like I illustrated, Steve Smith and Jerry Rice. We all know how great those 2 guys are. But his career would come to an end on a play that really wasn't even designed for him. He would be a blocker on this play, and the corner would be a little bit over aggressive and put a little oomph into a push that unfortunately was his head, forcing his neck to jerk back. He would require surgery with multiple attempts to get back into the NFL. No team would sign him because of that injury. So we lose another great talent due to an injury that could have been avoided, in my opinion. He could have broke so many records if not for this injury, especially if he would have stayed with Favre for his entire career. Just imagine the greatness we would have saw. And number 1, Joe Theismann. Theismann has to be one of the cockiest quarterbacks of all time. He would consistently remind everyone how good he was, how much of a ladies' man he was, and how perfect for TV he was. All may be true, but damn, it ain't really that serious, my guy. He even changed his name. Get this, y'all. This man changed his name in college from Joe Theismann to Joe Theismann to make it rhyme with Heisman, which is what he thought he was gonna win. But even with all that, he finished in second to Jim Plunkett. All that for nothing. But anyways, Joe spent 12 seasons with the Redskins while going to back-to-back Super Bowls and winning one of them. He's an MVP and a 2-time Pro Bowler. But all that would come to an end when the greatest linebacker of all time, Lawrence Taylor, laid a hit on Theismann coming from his blind side. Theismann would break his fibula and his tibia and would never touch the field again. Now, I think we pretty much saw the best of Joe Theismann, so what makes this injury history changing is the fact that teams would now emphasize protection of the quarterback's blind side. Left and right tackles became more valuable, and I paid pretty handsomely if you ask me. This is probably the most famous career-ending injury in NFL history, which is why it tops this list. So you tackles can thank LT for your big payday, because this gruesome injury changed NFL history forever. But anyways, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Also subscribe to the channel if you love sports the way that I do. Man, injuries suck. They are a part of the game. I hope we don't get to see more immensely talented players taken away from us ever again. Can you imagine this happening to Odell Beckham? Or Patrick Mahomes or Ezekiel Elliott? God forbid, man. God forbid. But anyways, it's been a doozy, y'all, and as always, OG out.